Hello friends, Omar with you. In this video, we would be discussing about the structure of a flower, which is a very important part of a plant. Without wasting time, let's begin. We are surrounded by plants and animals. Plants play an important part in our lives by releasing oxygen, which is O2, and taking in carbon dioxide, which is CO2. Plants have two main parts, that are the root system and the shoot system. The root system only has roots, but the shoot system has leaves, stems, flowers, and fruits. The flowers are a main part of the shoot system. Flowers are very significant as they play an important role in plant reproduction. The flowers are a very complicated part of the plant. It has several parts which have different importance. These parts are of different shapes, sizes, and color. They are also present at different places in the flower. Hence, it becomes necessary to study about the structure of a flower. This project is made to understand the structure of a flower. Parts of a flower. As we all know that a flower has many parts, out of which four are the basic ones. They are androecium, gynoecium, corolla, and calyx. Besides these parts, a flower has more parts. They are pedicel. It attaches the flower to the stem. Flowers without a pedicel are called sessile flowers. It is also called stalk. Receptacle. It is also called thalamus. The flower has four basic whorls which arise from the tip of the pedicel. For this reason, the tip of the pedicel is called thalamus or receptacle. Calyx. It is the outermost wall of the flower. It has the leaf-like structures called sepals. It protects the flower's inner walls and prevents them from drying out in the bud stage. Coming to corolla. It is the most attractive and brightly colored part of the flower. It is the second outermost wall of the flower. Its main function is to attract the agents of pollination and give protection to the inner walls of the flower. Okay, next. Androecium is the third wall of the flower. It is a collection of the male reproductive units called stamens, which have two parts, anther and filament. Anthers are bilobed structures that contain the pollen grains, which are important in reproduction. Filament is a long hairy structure. Coming to gynoecium, it is the innermost wall of the flower. It is the female reproductive part of a flower. It has one or more female reproductive units called carpels. A carpel is made of three parts. A sticky part called stigma, a long narrow tube called style, which is an extension of the ovary, a swollen part situated at the base of the carpel called ovary. It contains small round egg-like structures called ovules. Proceeding. Complete and incomplete flowers. As told before, that a flower has many parts, but four of its whorls are very essential. They are androecium, gynoecium, corolla, and calyx. On the basis of the presence or absence of these four whorls, a flower can be said a complete flower and an incomplete flower. As the name suggests, the complete flowers have all the main four whorls, that are calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Examples of such flowers are P. Hibiscus rosa sinensis, which is hibiscus, mustard, sunflower, etc. Incomplete flowers. This type of flowers have one or more whorls that are absent. Examples of such flowers are oak, grass, begonia, etc. As you can see, a complete flower looks like this, whereas an incomplete flower looks like this. They don't have much difference. The only difference is that incomplete flowers have some whorls absent and complete flowers have all the four whorls. Proceeding. Unisexual flowers and bisexual flowers. Some plants bear flowers that have only one reproductive part. Flowers of such types have a single reproductive part they are called unisexual flowers. An example of such flowers is papaya. There are some flowers that have two reproductive parts, i.e. male reproductive part and the female reproductive part. Such flowers that have two reproductive parts are called bisexual flowers. Examples of such flowers are Hibiscus rosa sinensis, that is hibiscus, rosa, that is rose, Momordica charantia, etc. Conclusion. Hence, we see that flowers are not only for show, they are very complicated, and especially their structure is even more complicated. Flowers are basically the reproductive parts of a plant. Flowers fulfill our needs as well. We use flowers in decoration. Some flowers have medicinal value, while some flowers are only used in increasing the beauty of nature. However, we must understand that flowers should not be plucked for decoration. We should never pluck flowers and destroy the natural beauty. Flowers increase the beauty of nature. So why not to try not to pluck the flowers for making bouquets and to enjoy them planted in a pot. Like this, we come to the end of this video, and hence we conclude that we should try saving flowers and enjoy them planted in a pot rather a bouquet made up of flowers. Thank you, friends.